guess we're developing this website, BioniChaos.com. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. Scrolling through the site, can you tell me which tool do you like the most? Which one you find most interesting? I do know you are an AI model and you don't have preferences, but just...
Understood. If I had to pick one of the tools on the page based on the descriptions, the AI that understands why, causality, and LLMs seems quite interesting given my nature as an AI. It explores causality, confounders, and the future of intelligent systems.
Okay, so this is the page. Can you review it real quick? What do you see?
All right, I see the AI that understands why page. It highlights the challenge AI systems face in understanding causality versus merely identifying correlations. The page then presents interactive causal discovery demos, including Pairwise correlation analysis, exploring the relationship between education level and income, and causal graph generation, demonstrating how multiple causes can lead to the same effect, like rain and sprinklers both leading to wet grass.
What do you find most interesting? So I scroll down the page.
Okay, scrolling down, I see Confounder Detection, which uses the coffee heart disease example to illustrate how smoking can be a hidden confounder. Then there's Counterfactual Reasoning, exploring what-if scenarios in medical intervention, such as comparing outcomes between different treatment options. For me, the Confounder Detection demo seems most interesting because identifying and mitigating confounding variables is crucial for building reliable AI models.
Okay, so do you see how the simulation actually works for the two cases? Can you comment on that? It doesn't make sense at the moment, the way it is.
It looks like the Confounder Detection simulation shows that coffee can lead to heart disease, but smoking is a confounder that also leads to heart disease. The Counterfactual Reasoning simulation allows one to explore different scenarios of medical intervention, comparing outcomes between different treatment options. In this case, it asks, what if they took medicine B instead? Does that explanation make sense?
Yeah, but talking about the simulation itself, the technicalities of it, does it make sense to you?
Based on what I can see, the simulations seem to use simplified models to illustrate complex concepts. For example, the Confounder Detection module uses a directed acyclic graph to show the relationship between coffee, smoking, and heart disease, which helps to visualize how smoking confounds the relationship between coffee and heart disease. Similarly, the Counterfactual Reasoning module presents a simplified scenario to explore the potential outcomes of different medical interventions.
Can you review it real quick before we run the simulation to see what it is? What do you expect to see on the chart when I press the buttons, when I run the simulation?
Okay, this one is titled Spurious Correlation, Ice Cream and Shark Attacks. The page explains that it will help discover why ice cream sales and shark attacks are correlated, using it as an example of how correlation doesn't imply causation. There is a graph with the title, Correlation Does Not Equal Causation. There are buttons labeled Show Correlation, Reveal True Cause, and Reset. When you run the simulation, I'd expect the Show Correlation button to display the correlation between ice cream sales and shark attacks on the chart, likely showing a similar trend line for both. Does that sound right?
Okay, keep going. That sounds right. What do you expect to see when I press the Reveal True Cause button?
Pressing Reveal True Cause should explain the underlying reason for the correlation. Most likely, it will point to a third variable, such as warmer weather, which leads to both increased ice cream sales and more people swimming in the ocean, thus increasing the likelihood of shark attacks.
Well, yeah, that's correct. Do you see anything that is technically wrong with this simulation when I keep pressing the Reveal True Cause button?
Based on what I can see, the simulation presents temperature as the hidden confounder, which is a good start. However, just showing the correlation between temperature and the other two variables doesn't fully explain the lack of direct causation. To improve this, the simulation could include an explanation of the mechanisms by which temperature influences both ice cream sales and shark encounters, providing a more complete picture of the relationships at play.
Yeah, I like your explanation. How would you, well, first, before we go into that, into how we improve it, do you see any problem with where my mouse cursor is?
From what I can see, the temperature, ice cream sales, and shark attacks all seem to peak around the same time, correlating with the summer months. Do you notice anything about those correlations that stands out to you?
Okay, so when I keep clicking the reveal true cause button, do you see anything wrong with the actual canvas simulation?
Okay, when repeatedly clicking the reveal true cause button, the dotted yellow line representing temperature remains constant on the graph. The accompanying text at the bottom of the chart, explaining that hot weather leads to increased ice cream sales and more beach visits, resulting in more shark encounters, also remains unchanged. Does that summarize what you're seeing accurately?
Okay, let's try. Like, I'll reset the simulation, I will show the correlation, which works correctly, then I'll reveal the true cause, which is temperature. We established that. So not going into the details of what the visualization shows. Are there any problems when I click the reveal true cause again? Do you see any issues with the canvas display? Is there anything that should not have happened when I keep clicking the reveal true cause? Anything wrong with this, with the code?
You're right. When repeatedly clicking the reveal true cause button, the temperature data, represented by the yellow dotted line, should be fluctuating to demonstrate its role as the underlying cause. It seems like the visualization isn't updating as it should. Do you want me to compare the behavior of show correlation versus reveal true cause?
How many times the temperature is shown in the caption of the graph?
You're right. After resetting the simulation and showing the correlation, repeatedly clicking the reveal true cause button only adds more temperature degree F labels to the graph instead of revealing the temperature data. Also, there are more temperature labels than the ice cream sales and shark attacks labels.
How would you ask the developer to improve the simulation?
To improve the simulation, I would ask the developer to ensure that the reveal true cause button correctly displays the temperature data on the graph, rather than just adding additional temperature degree F labels.
Can you rephrase it? It's not very clear. So it is adding the chart to the graph, the yellow one, but then it keeps overlaying it. Can you explain it properly?
How about this? I would ask the developer to fix the reveal true cause function so that it plots the temperature data on the graph, rather than just adding extra temperature degree F labels on top of each other. How is that?
That's still not clear. I will need to actually specify that clicking on the button again and again should not add another temperature data onto the graph. If anything, it should remove it.
Understood. I would ask the developer to ensure that repeatedly clicking the reveal true cause button does not add redundant temperature data labels, and instead plots the actual temperature data onto the graph. If anything, clicking repeatedly should remove the labels.
Can you still rephrase the second part? So clicking it again, so when you click it, it says reveal true cause, and then the button should change to hide true cause, so we can then remove the temperature data from the chart. Can you explain it in a standalone question instruction for the developer?
How about this? The reveal true cause button should toggle to hide true cause once it's been clicked, and clicking it again should remove the temperature data from the chart. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds okay. How about the rest of the simulation?
I see a section titled Causal Discovery Performance with 4 metrics: accuracy at 85%, precision at 78%, recall at 92%, and F1 score at 84%. Below that, there's a graph comparing correlation versus causation discovery over time, with 2 lines representing each. Would you like me to elaborate on any of these elements?
In the current screen, the way you see it, is the chart cut off, or do you see the whole chart?
I am able to see the whole chart in the current screen.
How about now? Just taking one snapshot, one screen capture, single image, as it is at the moment. Is the chart cut off, or do you see the whole of the chart?
Currently, I can see the entire chart displaying correlation versus causation discovery over time, as well as the F1 score at 84% above it.
Again, in the current screen view, what's the y-axis doing? What's the minimum and maximum for the y-axis?
The y-axis on the correlation versus causation discovery over time chart ranges from 0 to 100.
I don't know how you do it, but it only should be showing 70 to 100 because the chart is cut off.
Thanks for pointing that out. Looking at the screen again, I can see that the chart's y-axis appears to be cut off, and the visible range seems to be approximately 70 to 100.
Okay, what is it right now?
All right, the correlation versus causation discovery over time chart now displays the full y-axis from 0 to 100.
Yeah, this is for whatever reason is Gemini 2.0 flash 001, whatever that means, whatever it is. That's because we couldn't get any of the other models to work, which is obviously nothing to do with the browser or the system, whatever. I'm really wondering, it's really pissing me off now. If I have 4 magnets in here,